What's up, nerds, and welcome to Flipping the Nerd's Movie of the Week. This week, I'm going to talk about Ryan Reynolds' not so classic, not so good, not so watchable, Buried. Now, before I do that, I just want to say that this episode is going to be a little shorter than usual and won't have a lot of the hijinks that I usually put into the Movie of the Week. That's because while this episode is being released, I'll actually be on location filming about a dozen or so episodes of this show. I'm doing it in a very special location, and you will find out very soon where that is and what I'm up to. But I'm just going to tell you right now, it's going to be awesome. So because of that, I have to film a lot of these in advance, a couple weeks ahead, and this is going to be one of them. So it's going to be short, but honestly, there's not that much to talk about Buried, so I'll get what I can out of it, and we'll just go from there. Ugh. Ryan Reynolds. I'll get to this one another time. First, let me talk about Ryan Reynolds. Now, I'm a big fan of Ryan Reynolds. I actually think he's a pretty cool guy. He was really awesome in Blade, Trinity, right? He was in the third one. He's kind of got that buff dude, but really silly, and can play as much comedy as a horror film like Amityville, which wasn't that great either. Now that I think about it, he's not that great in movies, but I digress. Ryan Reynolds. You know, now that I think about it, isn't Chris Pratt like the new Ryan Reynolds? Don't you imagine that had Guardians of the Galaxy been made like 3 to 5 years ago, it would have been Ryan Reynolds in that role? I hope Chris Pratt doesn't do shitty movies like Ryan Reynolds does. Anyway, in this movie, he plays a character who's stuck in a coffin the entire goddamn movie. And you think I'm kidding? No. I'm not kidding at all. He is in the coffin the entire movie. Never is it shot away to something else. You don't see what's going on the outside. You don't see anything except Ryan Reynolds in a box for an hour and a half. Yeah, that's not fun to watch. I get that the concept is really cool, and in theory this could work, but in practice it is a long and tedious bore of a film. Now, what I mean by I like the concept is this concept has been done before. I've already seen people in coffins, but they weren't exclusively in a coffin. You got to see people on the outside trying to get the people out of this coffin. The two best examples I have of really well done coffin scenes, one of them's in Kill Bill. Now, no one goes to help Uma Thurman's character, but you really feel claustrophobic in that scene. And you hear the people dumping the earth on the casket, and it's just crazy. You feel the tension, but it's not so long that you get bored of it, and it's just an awesome example. The best example, however, comes also from Quentin Tarantino, but is on a TV show. In CSI's season 5 or 6 finale, Quentin Tarantino directed a 2-part episode where Nick Stokes, the character in the CSI, was buried alive for those 2 episodes. And it cut back and forth between the people in the Las Vegas crime department trying to figure out A, where he is, and B, who did it to him. And then it would cut to Nick Stokes, who's trying to survive in his coffin. It had the perfect blend of the claustrophobia that you feel watching him being in the coffin, and the tension of the people actually trying to find him and get him out of the coffin. And there's way more interesting stuff that happens in those 2 episodes than happens in this shitty movie. I mean, in this one he has a cell phone, so a lot of the tension relies on him contacting different people on the outside, trying to negotiate his release, and trying to, not get the battery to run out. And you know what? It works for a little bit, but again, because it's always in the coffin, it just gets boring so quickly. It has nothing that is semi-interesting. Little things happen here and there, and he's almost like he's got all his stuff all of a sudden like in his pockets, and he's trying to MacGyver his way out of there, but it just doesn't work. It just doesn't feel right. This movie, I wouldn't even recommend it. And there's a couple movies like it. I think of Frozen, not Frozen, the big giant Disney movie. There's another movie called Frozen, which maybe I'll review at another time, where these people are stuck in a lift, in one of the for a ski hill, and most of the movie takes place in the lift. Not the whole thing, but most of it. But there's wide open spaces. There's all this stuff that can happen. I mean, it's kind of boring as well, but at least there's three characters. There's other things happening. And this one, it is all Ryan Reynolds the entire fucking time. So I don't really recommend it at all. Not even as a rental. Not even as a freebie. In fact, if you want me to lend this to you, I will happily do so, because fuck. You know what? No. I'm not that mean to you guys. I'm not even going to lend this to you, this piece of shit. In fact, now I think of it, I know exactly what I want to do with this piece of shit. Yeah. See you next week, folks.